Day 12. One mountain, one temple, a bus ride to Lawson, and a coastline that changed the way I think about the ocean. Let's keep going. We were dropped at the base of Mount Konomine, climbed to Temple 27 at 450 meters, then took a bus to Nahari just to find the Lawson. The waterfront here looks almost like enemy lines. Good morning. So at some point yesterday, I don't remember exactly when, we stopped calling it cheating. Taking the bus, catching a ride to the next temple, using transit to close the gap between stages. For the first week or so, there was always a small voice saying, "Are you really doing this properly?" And then Kochi happened, and that voice just went quiet. We're calling it the smart hybrid way now, not as an excuse, as a strategy. You walk what you can walk. You take transit where it makes sense. You finish the day having covered real ground and visited real temples. That's the pilgrimage. I think it took Kochi to teach us that. And I think that's exactly why this prefecture is called the ascetic training zone. Because you learn things here, about the journey, about yourself. They call Temple 27 the leg burner. Officially, it's a nansho, one of the designated difficult temples in the entire pilgrimage. The path has another name too, matate, which means roughly straight vertical. So when they dropped us off at the base, I understood what we were walking into. Here's the thing though. After temples 12 and 20 back in Tokushima, this didn't break us. We've climbed harder, and our legs have started to accept that this is just what legs do now. So Temple 27 is called Konomineji, the Temple of God Summit. It sits at 450 meters up the slopes of Mount Konomine, and it's one of 4 temples on the entire pilgrimage classified as a seiki-sho, a spiritual barrier. The idea is that you won't get through it without the right spiritual attitude. Physical attitude helps too, obviously. The temple's history goes back to the 3rd century, long before Buddhism even arrived in Japan. The peak was originally a Shinto site dedicated to Amaterasu, the sun goddess. Kōbōdaishi came here in the 8th century and built a temple alongside the shrine, combining both traditions on the same mountain. One of the stories I love about this temple: the mother of Iwasaki Yataro, the man who founded Mitsubishi, climbed the 20-kilometer round trip up this mountain for 21 straight days to pray for her son's success. And he did go on to build one of Japan's most powerful companies. So maybe the mountain works. From the top, on a clear day, you can see directly out over Kochi Bay and the Pacific. The temple is beautiful. 2 levels, a gate and bell tower below, then stairs up to the main hall and Daishi Hall above. After the climb, standing up there felt pretty good. Now, the food situation. Day 2 in Kochi, and we've already learned. You don't just walk and hope for the best. You plan your calories. And sometimes that means taking a bus to a Lawson in Nahari just to get lunch, which is exactly what we did. And I'm not embarrassed about it. The smart hybrid way works for transit. It works for food too. You use what's available. That's the strategy. That's Kochi. Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
And then something happened on the walk back that I've been thinking about since.
It's just right.
The Pacific Ocean is right there. Literally right there. Sometimes just meters away. On paper, this should be one of the most beautiful coastal walks in the world. Magnificent beaches, huge Pacific sunsets. And it is beautiful. But there are no cafes on the waterfront, no restaurants, no places to just sit and watch the sea. Everything is overshadowed by enormous concrete walls. Tsunami protection barriers, some of them 6, 8, 10 meters high, running along the entire coastline, between you and the ocean. It changes the feeling completely. The waterfront here doesn't look like a place to enjoy. It looks like something to be defended against. The water isn't entertainment. It's a threat. I've been thinking about how different that is from how most of us relate to the ocean. In most coastal places, the sea is something you build toward. Restaurants, promenades, cafes, terraces. Here, you build walls against it. And honestly, it's not sad. It's just honest. Japan knows exactly what the Pacific is capable of. And it has chosen, collectively, to protect its people first and the view second. After what we saw yesterday, 3 evacuation drills, tsunami towers on every headland, this is just the same thinking applied to the coastline. They are not in denial about where they live. There's something almost admirable about that. One more thing about today, the weather. It's getting warmer. Not dramatically, but you can feel it. The light is different, the air has something in it that wasn't there last week. And the trees along the trail, there are buds on them. Not open yet, but close. Spring is coming to Kochi. And when it arrives, when all of this explodes into bloom at once, it's going to be something else entirely. Day 12 was a relatively easy one, and after the cold panic of day 11, that was exactly what we needed. One mountain, one temple, one bus ride to Lawson, and a walk along a coastline that made us think about things we hadn't expected to think about. Day 12 done. The smart hybrid way is now official. Tomorrow we keep going deeper into Kochi. The temples are getting further apart. The food logistics are getting more serious. And the spring is getting closer. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It genuinely means a lot. And I'll see you on day 13.